I think I am a regular human like anybody else, of ailing patients and ailing policy. And it's going to disturb a lot of things. Dr. Lalani, are you Muslim? You don't look like Muslim. कि जिस्मानी तौर पे तो हम आ गए हैं. Active case against me in Texas Supreme Court. और उसको उठा के ले गए. Deep fake images, dumb, evil.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of Tea and Talk. मेरा नाम है लीना शाह. इंटरनेशनल आर्ट सोसाइटी के इस पॉडकास्ट में जिसके कि प्रोड्यूसर हैं बासित जलीली एंड डायरेक्टर इज सोहेल नवाज. फैसल, थैंक्स सो मच फॉर ऑल द टेक सपोर्ट. इस एपिसोड में हम बहुत ही सीरियस कॉन्वर्सेशन करने जा रहे हैं बिकॉज जो आज के मेरे मेहमान हैं, पहले तो उनका इंट्रोडक्शन आपको देती चलूँ. सन ऑफ टेक्सास, सन ऑफ ह्यूस्टन, सन ऑफ शुगरलैंड, लेकिन वो पाकिस्तान के भी बेटे हैं और उन्होंने हमारे मुल्क का नाम, हमारी कम्युनिटी का नाम रोशन किया है बाय बीइंग वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट साउथ एशियन एंड मुस्लिम representatives from Texas. And in the studios we have Representative Suleman Lalani. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Leena. Assalamu alaikum to you. Assalamu alaikum to all your audience.
Thank you.
May the peace be upon you. And I'm so happy to be part of this.
I know कि आपका schedule बड़ा tough है आजकल because not only because I was going through the whole profile for this interview और मुझे लगा कि आप कितना actively काम कर रहे हैं. There are so many bills that you're working on to safeguard our community, our children especially. उसके साथ साथ आपकी ये re-election campaign भी चल रही है. Early voting has already started. I know that इतने सारे events हैं जहाँ पर आपको जाना होता है और लोगों से मिलना होता है, लोगों के सवालात के जवाबात देने होते हैं. I was wondering that there would be like 5-6 clones of you that would show up और हम एक choose करेंगे to be on. How do you manage all this?
And you missed, I still see patients. मैं उनको भी अभी देख के आया.
Wow, okay, I was not aware
बिल
that.
भी तो भरना है ना.
अच्छा, तो आप साथ में you're practicing at the same time. How do you do that?
I think it's Allah's blessing.
Okay.
And then a lot of people's prayers and this positive vibe that comes in. So it's otherwise it's not possible. It has to be a blessing from Allah.
Wow.
And the people's prayers.
Wow, that's beautiful. Obviously, आपको हमारी community की support तो है ही, and you know we are here to support you as well. I know you have a very supportive spouse. ज़किया की हम बात करेंगे. She is so supportive as well. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. लेकिन Representative Suleman Lalani, बहुत सारी especially हमारी देसी community के लोग जो हैं, उन्होंने आपको जाना by seeing your name on the ballot and they said कि you know ये South Asian नाम लग रहा है, हमारी community का नाम लग रहा है. They voted for you. They put their trust in you. Then they see you at events. लेकिन एक्चुअली में हु इज़ सुलेमान ललानी, और एक डॉक्टर जिसने कि बहुत ज़बरदस्त ज़िंदगी गुजारी, अमेरिकन ड्रीम को अचीव किया, अपनी फैमिली बनाई यहाँ पर, और आपने सोचा कि नाउ अब आपको जाकर लॉ बनाना है. व्हाट्स द स्टोरी?
Well, I think I am a regular human like anybody else. मुझे भी भूख लगती है, नींद आती है.
Okay.
I have the same issues. I have families. I have to pay bills. Lekin, you know, as a physician, like I came many years back to USA because I appreciated the education, the freedom, and the American dream. And then in my core, I believe in healing.
Okay.
Or how do you unite people and how do you take care of it? So I was blessed. I did my residency in New York, did my fellowship at Baylor. I am very blessed and very proud to say I'm quadruple board certified physician, one of the few, and in practice, shukran alhamdulillah, for almost 30 years.
Wow.
And I've been also blessed to sit in leadership role in a lot of mainstream community organization. Like I was the ambassador to U.S. Congress for Alzheimer's Association.
Okay.
I also was the president for the Food Bank Exchange Club or Rainbow Room and you name it. और एक चीज़ बीइंग अ फिजिशियन जो हम देख रहे थे कि कितने ऐसे पेशेंट आपके पास आते हैं जो अफोर्ड नहीं कर पाते, कितने ऐसे लोग हैं जिनके पास वक्त पे वो एक्सेस नहीं कर पाते. एंड इट वाज वेरी फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग कि वी लिव इन ह्यूस्टन इन टेक्सास, वी हैव वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट मेडिकल सेंटर. यू नो लीना, इट्स नॉट अमेरिका's largest, it's the world's largest.
Wow.
Medical center that we have. We have the technology, we have the know-how, we have the resources. I've been trained at Baylor, so I know there is a special 13th floor on one of the hospital buildings. There's no regular access to. People come from the helipad, get their things done, who's who of the world, and get out.
Whoa. Okay. I didn't know that.
So we have resources and credibility, but हमारे खुद के लोग cannot cross the street and get access. Because Texas, being the 8th largest global economy in the world, global economy, then Texas also has the highest number of uninsured people.
Right.
और उसके अलावा there are so many underinsured मैं जो कहता हूँ लोग हैं. So we are having this problem. And then they cannot access sometimes. So one thought came in my mind and I spoke to Zakia that, everybody has a good heart. We all are doing good things. And by doing this, be part of this organization, we are helping one family, 10 family. If a big organization, maybe 1,000 families. If I get into legislation and if I pass some good bills, we can affect and change generation. And with that thought and with God's grace and family support and hard work, we started that campaign. And then, we won that campaign. And shukr alhamdulillah, this is my second term. I'm going on a ballot for third term.
Wow.
In my first term, I was able to pass 36 bills, being a freshman.
Okay.
And the second session is 83 bills. And these are not just numbers. These are life-changing laws that has helped people.
Wow. So a doctor who has healing in his soul realized that the system is not right. And we need to change the system. And to change that, we need to change law. And you decided to, be the person who would be able to change the law. And this is your third term that you're going for. Is third term, I'm sure you have learned a lot now with the first 2 terms and your campaigns for the first 2 terms. What are the challenges that you're seeing? What has changed?
There's a lot of challenges do come across. But if you stay honest and if you persevere and work hard, people can see through your eyes. And I used to have that challenge that I have to prove myself. But now, shukr alhamdulillah, we have that credibility from both the sides. And it's kind of a popular...
When you say both the sides, you mean the Republicans and...
Yes.
Okay.
Because we have that credibility that Dr. Lalani's office is no-nonsense office. If you wanted to get things done, these are the people.
Okay.
So sometimes when the parties are looking bipartisan support, they would also come to us. Or when we go, like look at these, being a minority among minority, to pass that many bills, your voice shouldn't just be heard, but it has to be respected. And that's what we have developed our credibility over this time to do that part. And I take great pride in saying that I'm a physician first, legislator second, and I take care of ailing patients and ailing policies.
Ailing patients and ailing policies. So much has been done, like you mentioned, कि आप already इतने bills pass करवा चुके हैं, इतना सारा आप change already ला चुके हैं, but there's so much more that needs to be done. So politically speaking, what keeps you up at night?
I think, the faith and trust of the people that they have given me, and I try my best, and I always pray that my faith should guide me, and I always pray that my eyes should be on the sky, but my feet should be grounded. So we can connect with the people and able to do something that we can do, because we live in America. This is the land of dreams where people come. And it's not right that people are suffering that much that can be prevented. And suffering in various fields, not just healthcare, but look at the education system, what we are getting. Are we creating the leaders of tomorrow, or are we just giving them paper degrees? And so we need to make sure we create those creative minds who can lead us for tomorrow. So education needs a lot of work. Healthcare needs a lot of work, because stronger, healthier, educated Texas is a stronger Texas for everybody, right? So being an 8th largest global economy is not by accident, right? And if we want to stay there and climb up the ladders, then we need to be more forward thinking and have to have that foresight. AI is coming up. It's not just coming up, it's already here.
Yeah.
Right? And it's going to disturb a lot of things. So there's a lot of ethical, moral dilemmas that are coming up. And I'm blessed to say that I champion some of the policies in AI. In fact, one of my bills that was passed last session was use of AI in deepfake images. It's civil and criminal. That's my primary bill that passed into law. Online impersonation that passed into law, that's my bill.
Wow.
So, we have passed all, we look into all these things. I had a bill, use of AI for early cancer detection. That passed the House, but that got stuck in Senate. But I have things in places that we need to look into. Energy sector, I mean, it's a big one, and we need all that resources. There's always a fight about traditional versus renewable that coming up. And I always say it's not energy transition, it's energy expansion mode. We need a little bit of everything. And that would, because our needs are so much. Look at all the data centers that are opening up. Look at how much, energy consumption that is happening. Look at how the weather changes that is happening.
Right.
So we need to look into all of those resources and champion those. I also sit on nuclear caucus. I sit on the space caucus, beside all of other things. So, I'm able to see firsthand how things are happening. I'm the senior member on a higher education committee. That's what I wanted. Anything 12 and up is that committee that deals with. That also helps me to do health and education, both from that committee. And I was also appointed as a vice chairman for the Land and Resource Committee for Texas.
Oh my God, wow, wow.
Yes, and prior to that, I was in the Natural Resource Committee in my first session. So, shukr alhamdulillah, we have that strategic role that play, and we are able to influence some. I always try my best to do that part. I'm also very blessed to say that I'm the co-chair for Texas House AAPI Caucus, that we were founding member to form that, the first session, and the second session I'm the co-chair.
My goodness, wow, yeah, I'm still looking for your clones who actually sit on all these committees and do the work that you're doing. आपकी यहाँ तक जो बात हुई, there are so many directions we can actually go from here. The first direction I'm thinking to go to is that being a Pakistani, by origin, at the same time being a Muslim as well, हम देखते हैं कि अमेरिका में बहुत सारे रहने वाले, दो कि हम ममदानी को इलेक्ट होते हुए भी देखे हैं, लेकिन at the same time लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा backlash फेस करनी पड़ती है, बहुत ज़्यादा racism भी फेस करनी पड़ती है. Being a lawmaker, and I do not know up until now I have seen or met anyone from the Pakistani origin, being a Muslim at the same time, have all these credibilities, with him and all these feathers in his hat कि आप ये सारी जगहों पे टेक्सास को represent कर रहे हैं, हमारी community को represent कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको किस किस्म का backlash मिलता है when you go out there, especially based on where you're coming from?
I think, I always believe, and actually I've seen this, there's always be 2-3 people to pull you down.
Okay.
But I also believe in the goodness, and I've actually seen there are 10 other people who will be pulling you up.
Okay.
Every day. And I've seen this sometimes somebody will put a negative comment in social media, or somebody is going to point some finger, and I would not know somebody else is fighting on my behalf to those people, or maybe doing something. So ये अल्लाह की blessing है, कहाँ से लोग आते हैं और ये दुआएं करते हैं. I do feel challenges because a lot of people do not know who we are, and ignorance leads to fear, and fear leads to hate.
True.
So whatever the mainstream media is doing, and if you're not engaged, then they will do a stereotype, right? For example, when Gaza thing happened, I was the very first one to call upon President of the United States, and I'm on record to calling a member of Congress to sanction Netanyahu government.
Okay.
That was not popular. People were scared, but at that time I took this stand. I was next day I was in the DC floor. I was on the Congress floor. I was asked by one of the congressmen, Dr. Lalani, are you Muslim? You don't look like Muslim. Why are you here? So for 1 second I was very flabbergasted, but then it dawned on me, maybe this person is right. ये उसकी नज़र में जो मीडिया दिखा रहा है वो मुसलमान है, and I do not fit in that criteria. So we start talking about our faith. We spend a few minutes on him, and and I also mentioned that I've learned since my childhood, like one innocent life killed is killing a humankind. So I'm not only here for Gaza, I'm also here for Ukraine, I'm here for Sudan, I'm here for Chechnya, I'm here for Kashmir, I'm here for anywhere, even in USA, wherever the human rights are violated, because I'm there. So then, we started talking, we engaged ourselves. The same congressman some time back called me, Dr. Lalani, I'm working on this bill. What do you think and what your community think about it? And that's how we bring the engagement back.
Wow.
In that circle that we do. So, I do not take step back. When there is something is right to do, I would do it. I would not make sound bites, but behind the scene, I will do what I need to do.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Now, this is something you just referred to a conversation, a one-on-one conversation. What do you think the responsibility that the Desi community has, the Pakistani community here in the US has to actually fix the stereotype? Like अगर एक stereotype बना हुआ है एक मुसलमान का या एक पाकिस्तानी का या एक देसी का एक stereotype बना हुआ है तो वो कुछ लोगों की वजह से बना है और वो बहुत कम लोग हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा लोग हैं जो कि उस stereotype में fit in नहीं करते हैं. So right now, what is our responsibility to change that stereotype?
I think that I always say that the bad things are happening because good people are choosing to stay quiet.
Bad things are happening because good people
are choosing to stay quiet. And this is not the time to stay quiet. You be polite, but you be assertive. And then you should engage. You should engage. You know, हर मज़हब को देख लीजिए, you know, they're saying that take care of your neighbors. कोई मज़हब ये नहीं कहता कि it has to be of the same faith, then you take care of it, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, अच्छाई हर जगह है. We need to be engaged and we need to show them what we are, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have to have a label on our face, but from our character, from our dealings, they should see who these people are. So I would ask community members to be honest to themselves and get engaged. Please get engaged. बहुत दफ़ा मैंने देखा है कि जिस्मानी तौर पे तो हम आ गए हैं, मगर हमारा दिल और दिमाग अभी भी पीछे बैठा हुआ है. And I tell them that how, you know, हम अपनी कंट्री को अपनी माँ कहते हैं, right? धरती. तो मैं कहता हूँ वो खुश नसीब लोग हैं जिनके पास दो माएँ हैं. एक ने हमको जन्म दिया और एक हम पाला पोसा और एक हमको अभी रोजी रोटी रोजगार दे रही, right?
सही.
We need to be loyal to both the mothers and we need to make sure that we do things that both the mothers are proud of ourselves.
Beautifully said.
Right? And then there are opportunities after opportunities that we can do. But first thing is get engaged. जो आपका इंटरेस्ट है, ज़रूरी नहीं है आपको इलेक्ट होना है. हो सकता है आप अपॉइंटेड पोजीशन पे आ सकते हो सकता है आप वॉलंटियर कर सकते हो. And then when you do that, you're not only volunteering your time, you are the ambassador of your faith, you are an ambassador of your country. Because that's what people will see sitting, if you are sitting on a school board or your neighborhood HOA or a county and you're doing a good job, that's what you're going to see, that that's not LeenaShah doing it. It's what community she belongs to, what faith she belongs to, right?
Right.
So we become that ambassador. And when God has given us that opportunity in the greatest country of the world, if you make change here, it will follow through. So I would say कि आप सब के सब जो मुझे सुन रहे हैं, जो देख रहे हैं, वो ambassador हो अपने country के, अपने faith के, and we need to be honest to ourselves and get engaged.
Beautiful. I love what you said there. You gave me goosebumps. हमारी community में, do we have potential? Because right now early voting has started. बहुत सारे देसी नाम देखने को मिल रहे हैं, बहुत सारे मुसलमान नाम देखने को मिल रहे हैं. What जो हमारे candidates हैं, what potential do we have? Because the reason I ask you this question is because back home, especially back in Pakistan, जो MNA या MPA बनता है या जो politics में आता है ना, उसका एक image ही different है. यानी कि वो अब उसकी ज़िंदगी सेट हो गई है, उसके सारे काम निकल आएंगे, रिश्वतें जो है वो टेबल पे भरी हुई होंगी. लेकिन public service here in the US is real public service. What potential do you see in these candidates, or what potential do you see in the community to actually come forward and make a difference?
I think there's a lot of potential in the community.
Okay.
But first step is to get engaged. Engage हो जाए. दूसरा ये कि passion हो आपने service with intention. You don't run just for the heck of running, because then you become insult to yourself and to your community, right? So पहले तो आप देखें कि आपका शौक, आपका रुझान किस तरफ है और उसके हिसाब से चलें. For example, a lot of people had said when I was running, Dr. Lalani, run for the city, run for the mayor, run for this, it'll be easy for you. And I said no, because my temperament is different. As a physician, I think through things. And so I want to sit through where are the problems are. I want to legislate, comes with the law, because I don't feel that I'm a good executor. I don't want to be CEO of a city. So find your temperament and then connect with it. So if you are a teacher, you like education, help in that realm. If you are a business person, help in that realm. If you are an outdoor person, park and ranch, कहीं ना कहीं affect हो जाए, अपने HO में आ जाए. You know, when somebody was telling me the other day that he lives in some big neighborhood, and it's like, I'm seeing all these people come to mow our lawn and everybody charges this. What if everybody connects and pool and we bring one company who does with this rate? I said, you will be the ideal candidate for HOA. go give this idea over in that meeting, right? And then again, as we talked about, when you give this idea, when you do hard work, then people will say, ये बंदा कौन है? Oh, अच्छा ये इस community से belong करता है, अच्छा ये faith से belong करता है, and then you become your ambassador too. आपका अपना काम भी हो रहा है, लेकिन आपने community को भी आप elevate कर रहे हैं साथ में.
Right.
And that's what happens, that we all rise by elevating others.
Absolutely. That is beautiful as well. You said that, we can make the change in the best country in the world. I believe in that. But abhi jo current political scenario hai, Representative Suleman Lalani, I'm so glad that you studios mein hain is waqt, because the news right now is freaking me out. Like, और अब वो पॉइंट आ गया है कि मैं कहती हूँ, मैं उनको ब्लॉक करती हूँ न्यूज़ आउटलेट्स को, एंड आई से मैंने नहीं देखना, लेकिन 12 hours later, a few hours later, I'm desperately going back and trying to find more portals, and I'm thinking कि मुझे अब ये क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे कि आगे further development क्या हुई है. And it's such chaotic, चाहे वो एप्स्टीन फाइल्स हों, चाहे वो आइस हो, चाहे वो ईरान में जो प्रोटेस्ट हो रहे हैं, यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट हो रहे हैं, यहाँ के प्रोटेस्टर्स को डिफरेंट तरीके से ट्रीट किया जा रहा है, वहाँ के प्रोटेस्टर्स के लिए हेल्प भेजी जा रही है. सो आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन. इट्स जस्ट, इज इट अ chaos? Is it a diversion? How do you see all of this?
I think it's unfortunate that we have come to that moment. The media, the fear sells.
Yeah.
If something good has happened, nobody's going to run that news. Like, my bill that we just talked about. You think it's going to come on the media? Somebody was going to talk about it?
No.
Yeah, but if unfortunate incident that happens against the faith, it will be on all the medias, right? So fear sells. So the media has become biased. So that's why I tell people that don't fall for the fear, look for the facts. Don't fall for the news, look for the credibility of the news. कहाँ से आ रही है? And then learn. अभी इतने सारे papers भी छप रहे हैं. And then you can create a website and you can create an
Instagram
outlet
account. Okay.
where you can publish, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, somebody who I would say would be a WhatsApp professor will have that. Oh, I've printed something. और देखने में कितना official लग जाता है वो, right? और people fall for it. अच्छा ये तो print हो गया, यहाँ तो ये आ गया, तो ये कोई बात सच होगी. So don't look for it. Look for the credibility of the source. कहाँ से आ रहा है? Do your research, and then go after the facts. So that is what we need to work on, that part. दूसरा ये है कि इसको हवा कौन दे रहे हैं? हम ही लोग दे रहे हैं. So if we would not fall for all that, if we demand honesty, if we demand good news, then it will happen, right? Because we are living in the time of misinformation and disinformation.
That's true.
That is going on.
That's true.
And that is creating so much biased things that are happening. And then there's a lot of desperation going on. Like, for example, another example would be, you talked about ICE and all that. Look at what President Trump did last session when we were in. He asked for redistricting. And what did our governor do? He was right pandering on him, stepped up with saluting the big boss and on the gold platter, like, okay, yes, sir, we will give you 5 seats.
Right.
But what is happening is actually cutting down the representation of the minorities. और हमारे लोगों को समझ नहीं कि हो क्या रहा है. और अभी भी जाके तस्वीर खिंचा रहे हैं और डोनेशन दे रहे हैं. They need to understand कि किसको डोनेट कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हैं, तुम्हारे साथ क्या कर रहे हैं पीछे तुम्हारे. अब look at here what is happening in Houston. You saw Al Green, you had Sheila Jackson's seat that was taken by the Mayor Turner.
Right.
They pitched out against each other, right? Those two black, I would say the giants, they pitched against each other, right? And they took away 1 seat. Same thing they're doing in other parts of Texas. So this redistricting is affecting us. Redistricting happened in Fort Bend County. So we need to come out and understand कि क्या हो रहा है. We need to learn, not just take वो कहते हैं ना कि खबर पढ़ के मजा लेके आगे नहीं जाना, forward करना. Do some research and then come out doing things. We, Texas House Democrats, we fought. Quorum break हुआ था. We all went out of the state.
Right, right.
Today, as of now, we are speaking. Governor Abbott and Ken Paxton has an active case against me in Texas Supreme Court. They want to vacate my seat. My answer is very simple to them. I'm not been elected to warm my bench. I'm here to do my work and I'm doing it. But they are threatening, like, और community को message जा रहा है, देखो तुम्हारे leader के साथ मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, तुम्हारे साथ क्या कर सकता हूँ.
Right, right.
You see, we are in the phase where we are fighting for our freedom. Freedom of speech की पहले बात होती थी, फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन की बात होने लगी है, आपके फेथ पे उंगली उठाई जा रही है। शरिया लॉ, आधे लोगों को पता नहीं व्हाट शरिया वर्ड मीन्स, बट उसको यूज करते हैं क्योंकि इससे उनको हिट्स मिलती हैं, उनको लाइक्स मिलती हैं।
सही,
राइट?
सही।
Yesterday or somewhere I read the newspaper why the GOP is not talking about border security. All of a sudden every candidate is talking about Sharia and anti-Muslim. Because our community is very easy to scapegoat. उनको पता है कि ये आके सामने बात नहीं करेंगे, और इनमें ऐसे लोग हैं उनको मैं एक फ़ोन करूँगा वो अभी मुझे फंड रेज भी करा देंगे। So we need to learn to ask right questions to right people. We need to learn to ask important questions and then make sure that we become that credible ताकि उनको भी अकाउंट पता हो कि यार ये तो accountability मांग रहे हैं। They're asking me questions. So we need to be engaged.
Wow, that was very, very much in detail, and early voting has started. I'd say one of the best ways to get engaged is to go out and vote, and खासतौर पे हमारी देसी community and the women in our desi community, I'm going to urge them because you can really, drive everybody out of the house and tell them to go out and vote. If you're eligible to vote, you should do it because for me, it's very precious because I do know that I've casted a vote in a country where I knew it didn't mean anything, it didn't matter at all, but I know in this country it does matter. ये आपकी आवाज़ आप उठा सकते हैं। आइस की अभी हमने थोड़ी देर पहले बात की, और आइस की वजह से since we are an immigrant community, ऐसे केसेस देखने को मिल रहे हैं कि वो लोग जो कि लीगली इस कंट्री में आए थे, जिनके प्रोसेसेस चल रहे थे, या जो इवन सिटीजन्स भी हो गए हैं, ऐसे हमें केसेस देखने को मिले हैं कि वो लोग भी डर रहे हैं। तो you are somebody that we are all looking up to guide us and to give us a few words. If you can look at the camera and tell us that, is this a temporary thing, it will pass? Are we now have to pack our bags again and go to a different country and start all over again?
No, I think we have the beauty of America is America's constitution and the law of the land. So, there's nothing to worry about, but be prepared, learn about what is going on, and then, just go with the flow, but come out and engage, क्योंकि ये voting करके and आप वही your elected officials are as good as the people you vote them in, right? So be proactive, not reactive. आप अपना homework करें और अच्छे लोगों को elect करें कि they can be trustworthy and they will be connected with the community, and that's where the change will come. So, all these things are showing that how the MAGA side is frustrated, fearful, and they're doing all these things in desperation. Because what percentage of people are Muslims in Texas or in America? Maybe 1%, maybe less. Huh? Or 99% उसकी बात कर रहे हैं. I mean, this is your problem. See how much distraction they're creating?
Right.
Because they don't want people to ask them about healthcare, what they are doing. They don't want people to ask about education. School funding, Texas, Fort Bend, where people actually want to come, right? Or people would pay high dollar amount to get houses where the good schools are.
Right.
In Fort Bend, 7 schools are closing.
Right.
And tons of students are going to go into rezoning. So there's a lot of frustration, anger, misinformation is out there. So actually, I'm doing a town hall tonight, and I've asked the Fort Bend ISD trustees to attend that, invited them, and then I'm getting a speaker from Austin, and we are going to have a good discussion and education, so people would know that this problem did not start yesterday. You have to be proactive, be part of it, where the funding comes. Texas is not funding education it's supposed to fund. And now with new voucher program, we are, paying Paul, robbing Peter to pay Paul. That doesn't work. And then the program is had tak mismanaged hai. Probably I think 60,000 kids को accommodate कर सकता है वो program, but हमारे बच्चे 60,000 से कहीं ज़्यादा है.
Right.
Like maybe 600,000 kids are out there, right?
Okay.
So how they will be participating? How are you going to come out? I mean, what is the accountability behind? Are they going to do homeschooling and get this money? Would they actually are qualified to do homeschooling?
True.
Are they going to take this money and go to private school? Are they going to afford the other expense that comes along?
Wow.
Because it's not just tuition. And then we have seen other private schools have actually raised their fees. कि free money आ रहा तो और बढ़ा दो. Are they going to do that? And if they all come, are the special need children, would the special private school will accommodate that, or say we cannot afford? Is somebody, public school cannot deny a student. Private school can deny.
Right,
Correct?
right.
So we are creating another can of worms. So there's a lot of distraction that is happening, and then scapegoating is right there that is happening.
Okay.
So they will do all of that part, but I think we need to be engaged, we need to be assertive, and we need to stay our grounds, and we will do it. आप अपने papers रखें अपने साथ, क्योंकि we are in that time now, right? But make sure that don't be scared, and you have your own rights. We had a lot of information that if somebody knocks on your door, how do you behave? You have the right to call your attorney. So all of these follow that rules जो बहुत सारे non organizations ने बनाए, हमारी website पे भी हैं कुछ चीजें.
Okay.
कि how do you manage when somebody comes in that part? But you're right, there's a lot of fear. It's not just undocumented people. Real citizens are affected.
Right.
The kids like हमारे जैसे जिनके parents old हैं, वो परेशान होते हैं कि यार अम्मा बाबा बता सकेंगे जब उनको पूछेंगे. वो और हेजिटेंस अगर हो सकता है उनके जेब में भी पर्चा हो. एक एग्जाम्पल था, उसने बोला फादर को फोन पे पासपोर्ट और वो रखा था पिक्चर के आप रखिए. वो फादर वो सो एंग्शियस, जब वो एकदम से पूछा एकदम घबरा गया, ही कुडंट ओपन अप दैट, और उसको उठा के ले गए. So these kind of things are happening, and we need to be careful about. And I think our other non-profit organization, our advocacy group, should focus more time to help our community. Rather than pointing fingers on doing some other things, they should spend more time to help the community and educate the community.
Wow, awesome. And the website you mentioned is Dr. Lalani for Texas?
drlalanifortexas.com. You'll find information on there. And then, this is the time to vote. So please come out. And I will again request our community members that this is an unprecedented time where our freedom at stake, where freedom of speech, freedom of our faith, and freedom of being American has been right. So we need somebody who will speak truth to the power. And I'm not talking the talk, I'm walking the talk. You have my records. I was the person who called on the United States president to sanction government of Israel when the Gaza genocide is going on. I'm the one who actually stood up against Greg Abbott when redistricting was going on. And then you need somebody who's more compassionate and connected to the community. You have seen our office. You mentioned about how you were able to connect. There are people calling us for power failure, to immigration, to school, to anything else, and we help them out left and right.
Wow.
If we are not able to help, we channel them to the right office. And then all the events that we are putting, all these events are not feel-good events. These are the events we did: immunization, we did civic engagement, we did business 101 in our district. Today we are doing the public school ones.
Okay.
And then at the finally you want somebody who's not just respected, heard on the floor. And you have seen this in my first term, 36 bills, second term, 83 bills. So it's not just you have a seat on the table, you have an important seat on the table. And we need to continue all the work that we started.
That's fantastic. You know what? I was gonna ask you to do a message, but I love that message that you just shared with us. We're gonna do a little rapid fire round towards the end. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names here, and just one-word answers. And these are names of people who are really in the news these days. And one-word answer would be your opinion about them. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. Donald Trump.
Dumb.
Governor Greg Abbott.
Evil.
New York Mayor Mamdani.
Hope.
Ilhan Omar.
Fighter.
Kash Patel.
Pack your bags. Send him home.
Okay. Pam Bondi.
What's the right word I'm looking for? Impeach.
Impeach. And last one, Netanyahu.
Evil.
We had 2 evils in our list. Thank you so much for being on the show today and for your honesty and for all the great work that you're doing. I feel so proud sitting here knowing that, you belong to my soil, my first mother. You belong to our community and you're doing so much work out there. And yes, your soul is very healing, because I do feel, after all the words that you've said, the anxiety and the craziness that I've been feeling because of the news and the nervousness in the community members around, I feel so much relaxed, and a part of me has healed. Keep watching this podcast, and thank you for being with us and for our studios, AAPI International Arts Society के studios. कैसा लगा आपको? I know कि आपकी बातों से मुझे एहसास हुआ कि you know about Jalili for a long time and you know about the International Arts Society. Can you tell our viewers in a few words, how did you like the studio and the team?
I'm so glad कि बासित साहब ये काम कर रहे हैं, और आजकल के ज़माने में जहाँ इतनी नफ़रतें हैं, परेशानियाँ हैं, डिवीज़न है, we need to be cognizant to bring events जो unity लाए, community को साथ लाए, और what better way than to do arts. Arts is the one where it's a very non-threatening way you can educate each other, you can talk about each other, क्योंकि art does not belong to one country, one faith, one community. ये तो सबका साझा है. And that's what I think he's doing a great job. We need to bring those events more, bridge between other people, and provide an opportunity where आदमी दो बातें खुश होके सुन के म्यूज़िक सुन के जाता है, engagement होती है. So I think you're doing a God's work. Continue doing that. I'm fond of music, especially live music. So I've attended some of the programs that International Arts have brought. Unfortunately, I don't get much time. But whenever I get time, I'd love to, especially some ghazals and things. I love that.
Oh wow! अभी आपको ये ghazal सुनाएंगे, इन्होंने fresh ghazal निकली है आज. Thank you so much for being with us, and Godspeed. May the force and the source be with you, and you keep on doing the great work that you're doing and keep on making us proud. Thank you so much. और इसी के साथ टी एंड टॉक का ये एपिसोड अपने इख्तिताम तक पहुंचता है. अपनी होस्ट लीना शाह को इजाज़त दीजिएगा. Of course, the producer for the show is बासित जलीली. International Arts Society आपके लिए ये पॉडकास्ट स्टूडियो लेकर आई है. फॉलो ज़रूर कीजिएगा, शेयर ज़रूर कीजिएगा, लाइक ज़रूर कीजिएगा. अपने कॉमेंट्स देके बताइए कि आप ह्यूस्टन की, शुगरलैंड की कौन कौन सी फिगर्स को देखना चाहते हैं हमारे मेहमान बने हुए. एंड स्पेशल थैंक्स टू आवर डायरेक्टर Sohail Nawaz and Faisal for all the tech support. Take care till next time. Bye.